Well, very pleasant good evening. Glad you're joining us for the Josh Sadler Show. Who knows, you might be listening to the afternoon or on the way to the game, you know. But last week, tough one for you. Got another tough opponent up for you this week. Been working hard in practice. Kids been off all week, which has kind of thrown things off for you with this fall break. I wish we had a fall break when we were kids.
I'm not a big fan of it just because it scatters our kids every which way, and we're trying to hunt them down all week long. But it's just something it's just another one of those hurdles we got to work through. You know, getting kids here, getting them to practice, and making sure that we can get our teams where they're supposed to be on Thursdays and Fridays. Last week, was a tough one. I thought we came out and played very well defensively in the first half. I mean, it was 13-0 at half. We had a chance, down there, inside the red zone twice to score 2 touchdowns and be right in the thick of things. And then came out in the second half and we were flat. We were flat in the second half, and don't want to take anything away from Shoemakers. I think they played a great game. I thought they were very well prepared and executed very well. But man, we came out flat in the second half, and that's on me. I mean, I've got to do a better job getting our kids, ready at halftime to come out, especially against good football teams, and execute it at a level to where we can, get ourselves claw our way back into a football game like it was that night. So I'm proud of my kids. Even though the scoreboard got a little out of hand there towards the end, we made some very careless mistakes. 2 punts that were blocked. Just made some mistakes in some special teams, errors, and then we had I think a pick 6 too in there. Just things that just are not very synonymous with how we play football. Mm-hmm. And so those things really kind of corrupted our second half. But like I say, it's all 100% on me, and I got to do a better job of making sure our kids are better prepared coming out of halftime to be able to stay in that football game and have a chance to win.
Yeah, and so this week you do a little bit of workout in the weight room and then just do regular practice like you regularly would.
Well, we try to. Yeah, we add a little bit in there. We're trying to. Of course, every week you try to find where you were deficient in the game before, and you try to make sure that you get better at it. So. I mean, we have a little bit more time. We're not pressed for time with school being around us and everything. So, we spend a little bit more time on the details of some of those things that we just didn't quite execute well enough on the previous Friday night.
Do you know what you were doing when I got here? The coaches, you and all the coaches were watching film in the other room and discussing things and talking things back and forth.
Yeah, just trying to make sure personnel's right, trying to make sure that everything that how we want to attack Temple is there. And the things that we're doing well in practice versus the things we're not doing so well in practice, and just making sure that the game plan is buttoned up and sealed up and ready to go, for Friday night. Because again, they're a good football team. I mean, it's a broken record of good football teams in this district that we got to go play against. But I mean, Temple's another good football team, and they do things very well on offense and defense. And so we've just got to make sure that our plan is very sound. And our kids understand our plan. They got to understand not only the how, but the why, so that we can go execute at a high level.
Well, you stayed fairly healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed a couple kids get bunged up the other night a little bit, but other than that, you look pretty healthy otherwise.
Nobody's on the IR. We did have some bruises and some bangs, but that's football. I mean, we're now in week 8 of the football season, believe it or not. So you're going to be, kids are going to be expected to play through some of these hurts, through some of these injuries, so to speak. They're if they're banged up, bruised up, got some soreness, maybe some sprains, they're going to have to, they're expected to play through some of that stuff, just as we did back when we were in, that age. And so luckily for us, we got great athletic trainers. We're able to treat them every single day. And then I fully expect our entire team to be able to play on Friday night.
Yeah, just get that mindset in them. That's all it is, that championship mindset. Yeah.
Well, it's always going to be toughness. Toughness is going to lead everything, because there's still a place in this world for tough people. And I think that eventually as things maybe get a little bit softer and softer, tough people are going to wind up being the ones that show up and they're able to take and do what they're supposed to do and lead. So, I'm going to teach our kids to be tough because I want them to be the leaders of the future.
And to believe in what they can do, too.
Absolutely.
That's all. I mean, you take a play here, play there. We got a whole different record here, buddy.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and I could I could tell you that all day. I know how you're looking at me like, yeah, Dan, I know. But it's just one play here, one play there. We're talking a whole different thing.
I know. And I know our kids know that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there's an old saying for it. If ifs, ands, and buts were candy and nuts, life would be a whole lot sweeter. But, at the end of the day, I will tell you this, Dan, we're putting ourselves in a good position to be successful. And at the end of the day, it's on me. I've got to make sure that I get our kids over that hump. And so I'm going to keep working every single day tirelessly. I'm going to stay up here as long as it takes to try to find a way to get our kids, back in that win column, back where they deserve to be, back where they have deserved to be at certain times this season.
Now, Temple a little bit. Of course, you're over there for a little while, so they're going to have a full house of folks there.
Yeah, they will. It's
Especially
homecoming. It's homecoming
game.
over there. Yeah, it's Temple Killeen, and whether people like it or not, that's still a storied rivalry.
Oh yeah.
It may not have as much pop as it used to back in the day, because we've had a lot of other schools open up around us. But it's still a rivalry. It's still a heated rivalry. It's still one that Coach McQueen, and I talked about when I took this job over here. It's and again, it's homecoming over there, so they're gonna have everybody out, and that place will be rocking. They'll probably have 10, 11,000 people in that place. So it'll be a fun experience to play, over there at Wildcat Stadium.
Your fans are showing up though.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing up to the game in town and out of town. That's good. That's good. You haven't lost the kids yet.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people lose kids.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen in the past, in my past 30 years.
Yeah,
but you haven't lost kids. These kids still believe in the mission and in what we're doing, and the fans are still there and they're still supporting you. So we got all that in place.
Yeah,
we just got to go out there and grind it out, baby.
Well, I will say I love our team chemistry, and I'm talking about from the kids to the parents to everybody. We got parents in our off week right here in the fall break. They're going to come up and cook breakfast for our kids and cook lunch for our kids. That's the thing that I'm so proud of, because it could, you're right, it could turn south in a heartbeat. Yeah. But we've got the heartbeat of our team, is the chemistry of it, and they've really they're staying together. They still believe, and they know that it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. It's not on our time; it's on the big man upstairs time. And when it happens, that's when everything's just going to pop. And so, that's why they keep showing up. That's why they keep, coming and working hard and doing the things that they're doing. So, that keeps me going. These kids, I said it whenever I spoke at the FCA event the other night. These kids are the reason why you keep showing up every single day. Because, if you can just find a way to make them smile every day and to brighten their life, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in this life. So, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to go back to Temple, take this group of young men over there, and look forward to maybe spoiling a little bit of homecoming over there in T-Town.
That's always fun, isn't it?
It is, and I can't think of a better night or a better setting to go over and do that in, to find our place, in this whole thing, for it to finally come together and come to fruition for us, than right over there in Temple, where pretty much football in Central Texas started for me.
Man, I'm ready. I'm sorry I'm not going to be there. I'm broadcasting out at Searles that night, but I will definitely be keeping an eye on the game. I'm there in heart, buddy.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's going to be a good football game. I know Coach President well. I came right after he graduated to Temple and got to coach his brothers and everything else, and I know that he'll have his team prepared. They'll be ready to play the game of football well. They're coming off of 2 consecutive losses, so I know they'll have had a grinder of a work week this week, trying to get their kids back on track, for the long run, trying to get in the playoffs themselves. But, I reminded our kids of this, and I'm going to remind everybody that's listening. We ain't out of playoffs yet.
Right.
And all we need is that one thing to happen for us in a good way, and we're due. And, if we can go out there and execute at a high clip and make some things happen, then, you never know what might happen.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I've got my lucky penny I'm going to give you. You can stick it in your pocket and you'll be good to go.
Absolutely.
But I don't think you're going to need it. I think these Roos are ready, and I think your fans are ready and you're ready. I know for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if you put on some shoulder pads and try to slip onto the field sometime during the game.
That would not be good for anybody involved. There'd be too many athletic trainers calling EMSs if they're about
you're
2
close
plays.
To Scott and White, though, brother.
And we are.
Yes.
We are. It's amazing what 30 years does to the body, and when it comes to trying to play football again, it ain't quite the same. That's for sure.
Sir.
It ain't quite, because these kids, I love them. They come up here and they horse around a little bit, in the weight room and things, and I try to, get over and I can do that. I used to do that when I was 20 years old. No, it ain't the same. And of course, they let me have it. If they got 225 on the bar and I ain't lifting it like I should, they let me have it. So
yeah, but that's family.
It is family, and that again, there goes our kids, our cohesiveness, and everything about our team chemistry. I mean, these kids come up here with a smile on their face every day, and I love that. And I'm going to get in there and have fun with them too. So it's where God put me. It's where I'm supposed to be, and we're going to keep making the best of it every single day. That's for sure.
I don't know how to finish that, but all I can say is good luck and go Roos.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan. Again, thank you, Dan, for everything you do. On our fall break, you're making adjustments to your schedule, trying to get us all in and to take care of our kids. But thank you, and thanks to all your sponsors who take care of you. And as always, go Roos.
This has been an I-14 Sports Network production, bringing the heat from the heart of Central Texas.